Hi, welcome to ICPS. This is Shahzeb Ali Sheikh, and today I'm going to discuss about ISO 45001 OHSMS Occupational Health and Safety Management System Lead Auditor Certificate. Basically, this is a standard that is developed by ISO in order to provide a framework to the organizations so that they can develop their own health and safety policy, on health and safety management system, and they can develop plans, procedures, policies accordingly so that they can maintain a safer and healthier environment at the workplace. Their workers, their environment, their premises, everything is safe and sound and risk free. Previously, we have OSHAS 18001, that was Occupational Health and Safety Standard, but now they have improved the standard into 2018, and now ISO have launched ISO 45001. So today we will discuss about this standard, about management system, how to conduct the audit, how the management is going to govern the whole scenario, and how this standard is going to change the individual lives, and how it is going to improve the practices at the workplace. We'll discuss in this video. So let's talk about the benefits of this standard to the individuals. Definitely it is going to improve the career opportunities. You can get the more opportunities, you can get more chances to get employability in different multinational organizations. Secondly, it is going to add skill development. When you are going to learn about the lead auditor, the tactics that you need to complete an audit, definitely you're going to learn in this standard, in this session. So it is going to add skill development to your career. The third one is risk management. Once you're going to get a certification, you can better understand the risk, you can better understand about the management of the risk, and in this way you can improve your risk level, you can reduce the risk at your workplace. And the fourth one is certificate advantage. You can add a certificate to your CV, to your resume, to your career, and it will add a value to your curriculum, it will add a value to your career, and you can get more and better opportunities. Compliance knowledge. Definitely when you have the knowledge about the standards, about the audit, about the internal audit, about the lead auditor, you can add a knowledge uh, towards you. It is going to add a knowledge towards you, and you can better form related to the compliance of different ISO standards at the workplace. The sixth point, it is going to add better decision making opportunities. Definitely when you have a good knowledge, good competency, good understanding about the practices, it is going to add value to your career, and you can make better decisions based on the statistics, decisions based on your knowledge related to the specific standard. And the last one is career growth. Career growth is something that is going to add more opportunities to you. You can work as a lead auditor in different multinational organizations, and these are some of the advantages that an individual can get after this certification. So now I will discuss about how to conduct the audit. This is very important that we're going to teach you, we're going to uh, uh, equip you that how you have to conduct an audit. So there are different stages of audit, and we will discuss in this video, and we will teach you in detail in the proper sessions. The first one is pre-audit planning. Definitely it is very important that you must have to define the audit scope, objectives, and the schedule, like when to conduct the audit, and how it will be completed. Definitely the audit team have to select, must be selected. They have to prepare the relevant information about the documents, and the documents must be reviewed in order to complete the audit. So this was the pre-audit planning, the stage number one. The fifth point is support and resources. Definitely it is very important that you have to provide support. Support may be in the form of a competent worker, support may be in the form of trainings, support may be in the form of the resources that are available at the workplace, in order to assure that all of these standards, all of these obligations are properly met. So this is again an important point. The next is operation and risk control. When we have uh, the plannings, when we have the implementations, when we have everything at the workplace, and we have implemented all of these things, then we need to assure that the proper risk controls are there, the procedures are there, in order to assure that we have implemented a robust system, and we're going to track the systems that they are on track and they are monitored properly. For that we must have the controls, we have procedures, we have preventive measures, we have the regular monitoring systems to assure the effectiveness. So this was the point number 6. And the seventh is performance evaluation. Definitely once we have implemented the things that is not 100% according to our expectations, So this is very important that we needs to evaluate the performance, that we needs to assure that the performance is measured, like you can say weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, annually. So we have the different uh, like points, different terms on which we need to measure the performance, and we have to assure that we are on the target. And if we are not meeting the target, definitely that will be the point number 8, that we have to improve. Improvement is needed every time. We need to improve our standards. We need to rework on our policies, on our basics, so that we can improve the standards related to occupational health and safety management system. Key elements of ISO 45001 2018. So this standard is based on PDCA cycle. PDCA, plan, do, check, act. This is a management cycle that is going to assure a systematic and ongoing process in order to minimize, in order to manage the risk related to occupational health and safety at the workplace. So there are different key elements of this standard, like 8 different elements that we need to study, that we need to discuss for this specific course, for this specific subject. But I'm not going to discuss every element in detail in this introductory video. I'm just going to highlight some of the points, and we can discuss in the complete lecture. The first one is context of the organization. Definitely in this we have to assure uh, the legal regulatory requirements that the organization may have to face. Like organization is working in a construction industry, the rules, regulations, procedures will be slightly different because the regulations will be different. But if some organization is working in an oil industry, so definitely the legal standards, the regulatory bodies, the obligations will be comparatively different. So the context of the organization is important to understand when we are going to study the elements of occupational health and safety management system. The next is leadership and worker participation. Definitely, this is very important that the leadership is involved. They are going to develop the policies, the procedures, the practices, and they are going to involve the workers related to the decision making process, and when they are going to implement the things related to occupational health and safety management system. The third point is risk assessment and hazard identification. So this is the core job of occupational health and safety management system, that you needs to assess the risk, and you have to identify the hazard associated with the different tasks, with the different activities at the job, and you needs to complete these things efficiently, effectively during the job, during the ongoing process. And this is very important to assure when we are going to develop a system, a system related to occupational health and safety management system at our workplace. The fourth point is objectives and planning. Again, this is very important that we have to assure we have a robust plan related to occupational health and safety management system. The plan must have to overcome, the plan must have to address all of the activities, all of the issues, all of the regulatory and other obligations that organization may face related to occupational health and safety system, and we have to assure that everything is covered in this uh, planning phase. The stage number 2 is document review. In this, when we have started the audit, we need to review the documents. The documents may be health and safety policy, procedures, risk assessment documents, past audit reports, in order to understand the system. So definitely, it is very important to review the documents to understand the whole picture. The third step is on-site audit. For the on-site audit, this is very important to conduct the interviews with the employees, with the management, to assess the awareness and compliance. Definitely, when we are going to check out the documents, it may be 100% fine. But when we are going to ask some of the questions from the participants, from the numbers of members available at the workplace, so definitely they are going to provide the clear picture to the auditor, like how much they have the knowledge, how much they have the understanding about the standard related to occupational health and safety management system. Secondly, the auditor may have to observe the workplace. He needs to observe the conditions, practices, and he needs to record the accident reports, incident reports, training logs. Definitely, sometimes he's going to ask the management to provide the training records. Once the training record is available, he can assure, he can check again with the team, for the trainer, that whether the training was conducted properly or not, or only the document is fulfilled. So definitely, this is the job of the auditor, that he needs to assure everything at the workplace. The last case, evaluate risk management practices. Definitely, you needs to evaluate everything uh, that is related to risk, and you have to assure that it is properly met at the workplace. So the point number 4 is identify non-conformities. This is again an important point, that being an auditor, when you have reviewed the documents, when you have conducted the interview from the employees, this is very important that you have to identify the non-conformities, the points that are not properly met, the issues that are being raised. And this is an important point of the auditor, that he needs to provide a feedback, he needs to provide review, that how the organization is going to improve, by which practices they can improve the standards, by which practices they can improve the health and safety standard at the workplace. The point number 5 is audit findings and recommendations. Definitely, once you have conducted the audit, you have concluded the non-conformities, then this is the point that you have to record the findings, that you have to provide the recommendations. Sometimes the auditor may have to conduct the closing interview, in the closing, or so you can say closing meetings. In that, he is going to discuss the points with with the management. They're going to discuss about the highlights, what to do, what not to do, how to do, what are the best practices conducted at the workplaces, related to the different workplaces in the same field. So this is the important point. He needs to provide the recommendations, and it must be in a proper documented form, so that they can keep the record and they can work accordingly in order to improve in the further practices. The sixth is the audit report. Audit report is a detailed report with the findings, with the non-conformities and the recommendations. Everything is in detail mentioned in the audit report, and then the audit report is submitted to the senior management. So this is about the audit, how to conduct the audit, different stages of the audit, and I have tried to explain the things in this short video. The last, I just have to mention about the awarding body, that is LICQual UK Limited. It is a UK-based awarding body, and it is offering a lead auditor certificate to the individuals. Fee structure is 45,000 Pakistani rupees, and the process time is 5 days. The classes can be online and can be physical here in Blue Area, Islamabad, and we have a very experienced and trained trainer for the occupational health and safety management system. The last is about the assessment. A short assessment will be conducted after the online or physical sessions, and that will be in order to assess the knowledge, the abilities of the individual related to this standard. And the certification can be attested by MOFA, British Council, Embassy, Saudi Engineering Council, and the different relevant authorities, because it is a registered qualification in UK, and you can easily get a good opportunity, a good job title related to occupational health and safety lead auditor after completion of this certification. For more information and registration, you can contact us. Thank you very much.